constantly joining us.
I'm hoping. I did send a reminder message to him that there was game tonight.
Just because I sort of made this, I'm going to make a better version of it later. But
to be fair, I was talking to him at about 11:30 last night Central, and he was feeding his boy and getting ready to go to bed because his youngest, playing with the friend, had an accident with the friend on his bike. Needless to say, his youngest now has a cast on his leg.
Young.
Yeah, I can say I'm not looking forward to those days.
You've got a couple of years.
Do I? He's already smashed his nose once just jumping out of stuff. But that said, we are very live, so let's hop into things. Welcome again to another Scape Games Presents a 5th edition Home Brew based in the Forgotten Realms and specifically throughout the region of the Vast, with Ravens Bluff, the fabled city of adventurers, as our party's home base. The Arachnophobia crew invites you to join in on our sessions live on Wednesdays at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. Come in, comment, heckle, and use channel points to affect the outcome of the game. Definitely let us know any additional channel point options that you'd like to be able to use, because I still need some more options there. For those of you watching this after the fact, make sure to like, subscribe, rumble, whatever is appropriate to the medium that you found us on. And of course, if you're subscribed here on Twitch, we very much do appreciate the support. Now, onto the game. I'd like to kick us off with what happened last time.
I made a friend.
That you did.
Which could have been a much different outcome.
I have come.
He's here. Told you.
Good stuff.
I have no idea what happened last time.
Because it was so long ago.
Well, I remember I definitely got a tank to work. But that's about all I remember.
Basically, what happened was we started exploring the room with the tank. Found some cool stuff, found some not so cool stuff. I went into a room, found a beholder, and through the miracle of dice rolls, managed to become charmed by him. And in 2-3 rounds, everyone managed to bring him down to 1 hit point.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yeah, Masaki kind of put him in a corner and made him
think about what he did.
Made him his little bitch. Her little bitch.
And then we turned him into excavation equipment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then we encountered a door that we have to let it eat something. And we decided to and just had him use his disintegration eye to carve it out. So
and the door stayed standing and pretty much got rid of the wall.
The door did get opened because Nivara summoned the, what was it?
The or whatever.
Star Spawn.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And then Draho was playing in the well room with all the electricity.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I figured that out if I remember correctly.
Also, I may or may not
quite.
have. To be fair, Kaisen told me to.
And then I think, Ark, you had pushed Draho out of that room, which is why you're standing in there currently?
Yeah, well, we were trying to figure out what... Oh, right, I was trying to bring it closer to whatever, but ultimately I think we determined that we can't figure out that.
So you're in that electrical room with the well.
Yeah, I was trying to get the electricity to get closer to the little pool there.
Yep.
And we seem to not quite be able to do it.
Correct.
What is the name of this map?
This is the
Grand
010 Grand Museum.
That's right. We're 10 rooms into a 50-room thing.
Hang on a second. Do we know it's 50 rooms?
I know it's 50.
I may have told someone that's in this party. May have.
Hang on. I'm gonna go to the tank,
Okay.
break off the barrel,
Okay.
bring it back,
Okay.
and just hold it across so that it can combine the electricity now, because
So
metal.
By your
it's
powers
definitely
combined?
long enough to get to any one of those and to an opposite point. Where do you want to connect it?
Let's go top bottom.
Top bottom? Okay. So first off, give me a Constitution saving throw as you're touching the metal.
And with my new dice, first roll, since I only get one,
Roll a 1.
I'll go with the CR version, not the PM version.
Told you ain't waterboarded them yet. They're gonna disagree.
So that's a 9 on the die, which ultimately comes to a 20.
Okay. So that is going to give you half damage as you complete a connecting circuit.
I can do such.
Which will be a total of 31, so half will be 16. Or 15,
Okay.
rather.
15. Okay.
Yep.
So that'd be, 38 now. Where's my, okay. That's it. There.
There you go.
Okay.
So you've got the two. They are connecting, but you do still see streams that are trying to point towards, like, just in front of you at the well.
But it's different now, right?
A little bit. So
Okay.
basically, you've got the barrel connected between the 2 points, and you see it arcing across between those 2 points. And at the edges, it's kind of extending out towards that well point.
Okay. So obviously I put the thing down now.
Okay.
I did a thing. I don't know what I did, but I did it.
Shocking.
I see what you did there. You know, this hurts a bit more when I'm not angry.
Is there any chain in that pile of bits next to Draho in Navarre?
A bit, yes. Maybe about 10 feet.
That's not a lot.
Maybe Ark can use it.
I can use what?
Well, if you're having trouble, if what is the goal?
Well, apparently the electricity is supposed to go to the well, and I'm trying to make that work. And
So drape the chain over the metal pipe so it goes down into the well.
So for ease of reference, this one is sparking in those two directions. This
Gotcha.
one's sparking in that direction, and that one is sparking in that direction.
huh.
And there's one right at your feet under
Correct.
the well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
they clearly
so-
want to go to that one.
So what you're saying is he needs to connect all the points to make a closed circuit.
Could be.
Yeah, that makes sense. Connect
I need
that
to make,
one to that one, that one to that one, and then connect
So they-
the two on the side to the middle.
Okay, so I'm gonna do so it's sparking this way. Does it seem to have any sort of like? Does it look like it would turn if I tried to turn it? Like any one of those?
Not specifically. So they seem to be cemented into the wall.
Okay.
Oh, I've got a better idea than you standing there electrocuting yourself.
You standing there like yourself.
No, get Kibble out here.
Yeah, bull. He's still kind of.
Oh yeah, I got control of Kibble.
Hey, if you're gonna sacrifice people to electrocution, at least have the common decency to use your dragon first.
No. That's not what's happening.
I mean,
Kibble has mage hand, and we have tons of scrap metal. I'm sure there's some scrap metal that's aluminum. Aluminum's technically conductive, and it's
What
light
is
enough it could
aluminum?
probably fit under.
Drow, that's entirely too bright for you.
What is aluminum?
Aluminum's a metal that probably exists if we have freaking tanks.
Keddy,
Those are steel.
That's a tank.
You realize that, right?
Look,
Keddy,
technology's
is there still a
advanced.
giant block of stone on top of the motorbike?
There is.
Okay, never mind.
Didn't we like obliterate that with magic though?
Yes.
My hammer. Most of the magic, though.
Yeah, so we'll see how much of that metal we can get that's long enough to connect points and still be lifted by a mage hand.
So most of that seems to be steel as far as the tank and the motorcycle are concerned, and or some form of dark iron that's kind of rusted out for the hell machine.
Right. On the motorcycle, though, I want it when it got bashed. Did any of the coil get exposed?
Go ahead and give me a d20.
Trying to use modern engineering to solve a rudimentary electric puzzle.
A little bit.
I kind of tow around.
We'll say about 14 total feet of it.
I toss it over to Kibble. Hey, is this useful? As it's wire.
Maybe.
Yeah, mage
That
hand
gives
it.
me an idea. There's another way to make wire.
Strip the metal.
Bottom of that well, there's water in it, right?
There is.
I have 50 feet of rope.
That you do.
I'm going to get the rope wet,
Okay.
and then I'm going to hand it to the barbarian.
So,
Here you go, boss. That'll conduct electricity.
oh, big boss. I find that odd. Since you're the one. Oh, no. Since Kibble has spirit magic helmet. But, I'm going to go from top to middle.
Okay, with the rope.
Yep.
Okay. So you're standing there holding it. It conducts through you and through the rope. Go ahead and give me that Constitution saving throw.
Gonna try the other die now. Okay, so that's 17.
All right. Still only taking half. Half of 41, so another 20.
Ow.
But you've got those 2 points connected.
Yay.
We'll set you about there for the moment.
Okay, guys, before I do this next part, can I have, hang on. Well, actually, it's a little bit of healing, because now yeah.
Well, so I'm guessing that
My fur's sticking up right now, by the way.
guessing that a rope is not heavy enough to be disqualified from using Mage Hand, correct?
It is not.
All right. Well, I have
That's
Mage
what I was
Hand,
going to ask. but
so
you
I
seem-
will Mage Hand the rope out of Ark's hand and
Thank
complete
you.
the circuit.
So the
Using
mage hand
mage
will
hand.
be able to hold it at one point.
But Kibble,
And Kibble can pull it the other way.
Okay.
and before you do that, I exit the room.
Okay.
And I will use Mage Hand to pull the third one.
There's a lot more when I'm paying attention.
Okay. So we have that point. That point. And that point. Connected with mage hand and rope. Does seem to be hitting those three, but there still seem to be pushing away from Kibble and Kaizen towards that bottom nub on the well.
Can I use a second Mage Hand with the Illusionist bracers to connect from Kaizen to the well?
That does allow you to do double cantrips, so yes.
Yay!
I'll allow it.
Oh, wow. You can now play patty cake with mage
Is there a
hands.
thing above the door? Like another of those things?
There is not. So it does connect all the way down to the bottom nub on the well, that little small globe. And as it does that, the three in the wall kind of crack. Each of those globes kind of shudder beneath the mage hand and the rope that's connecting them. and a fissure separates each of those 3 globes individually into 2 pieces. They slowly retract into the wall, and their power is all shunted into that bottom one of the well. You see the water kind of begin to boil and react.
So we made a giant tea kettle.
An electric tea kettle.
We have discovered nuclear power. Okay.
So
We better hope not, because I plan on making a public transportation system, and I will nuclear power.
after a few minutes of it kind of boiling, the dark kind of blackish or brackish water that it's in there seems to slowly begin to dissipate down into the well. And finally, the bottom comes into view. Roughly about 50 foot down is a small muddy mound.
Small what?
Muddy mound.
Does that happen to look like the small muddy mound that I had in my divination?
It does.
You want me to go down there? We have all this rope.
It's been so long. Refresh my memory. This was the divination I asked about. The key to beating.
Yep.
What's his face?
Idriz.
Guys, I think this might be important.
Do you need me to send you down there? Put a rope on you and lower you down?
Yeah, I guess I'll go down.
Okay. I will tie a rope to you and slowly lower you down.
All right. You end up making your way down into there, and you do find that large muddy mound down at the bottom.
Okay. Hold 1 second. I need to look something up.
Okay.
I also like send you down with an ever burning torch.
Super dark vision, but thank you.
Oh yeah, you don't need it.
Okay, I would like to use ghostly gaze to try to see through the mud.
Beneath the mud, you see what looks to be a large sack, maybe a moderately sized kind of military-esque duffel bag.
And can I see through that?
Read off what that power does. I think this is the first time that we're actively using it.
Yes. As an action, you gain the ability to see through solid objects to a range of 30 feet.
Gotcha.
Within that range, you have dark vision if you don't already have it. It lasts for 1 minute or until concentration. And it looks like ghostly transparent images.
So within the bag, you see a large void.
A large void.
Mm-hmm.
Press E to
Kind
search.
of a never-ending expanse.
Does it have a label that says Havertz?
It does not.
So it doesn't look like my bag. Got it.
Nope.
Wait, we have another haversack?
We do.
So
Alright.
much storage.
Can I arcana to see if I know what is going on?
Sure.
So what is that? 3 bags of holding, 2 haversacks.
Nice.
25.
You think this is indeed some sort of modified bag of holding? Potentially due to the shape, it's got a larger entrance space, and based on the amount of void within, probably holds more weight than a normal one.
Okay. I'm going to clear the mud away and pick up the bag
Okay.
and yell at Ark to pull me back up.
Oh my God.
As you dig it out, you find that it's a kind of burlap sack. pulling it free from the hiding place, the mud actually slides off, as if it has some sort of aversion to being dirty.
It's almost like magical.
And it is fairly free of weight. Might weigh maybe about 5 pounds.
Question about how big is it? Are we talking like child size?
Roughly. So take your standard like green military duffel bag, cut it in half.
Okay.
Seabag!
So I'll pull you up and I see you got it. It's like,
Well, God knows how long it's been steeping in the well.
I bet it's completely dry inside.
All right. So I will relate the contents of that divination if I hadn't already. Apparently this has something to do with how we defeat Idriz.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that was long enough back. I don't remember what we came up with.
I think we decided the power of friendship would defeat him, and I said that was stupid. Violence is where it's at.
I mean, the power of friendship can also entail violence.
Well,
Now,
I think we should open it and see what's inside, but I don't know if we want to do it in a closed space.
Yeah, you can just like you can turn that bag of holding inside out and everything just comes out of it, right?
Could be.
I'm out of practice. It's been a while since I've been able to do this, but I'm betting somebody here knows what I'll mean if I said wheel or woe to open the bag.
I'll open it.
No, you're not wheel or woe. Stop it.
I'm just saying, if you
But
tell
no.
me there's something good in it, I will open it. No question.
I didn't
asked.
say either of those things. I said wheel
Would you
or woe.
though? Would you, with your flaw?
In fact, now
Yeah, because my flaw doesn't say I'm not greedy. It just says I don't do what everyone wants. If you tell me there's something valuable in it, I'll open it, whether you want me to or not.
and we say and quoth the holy lineage. Dude, whoa. Whoa.
If you're going to dump it out, I would probably dump it out in the big square in the center.
Maybe with
Yeah.
everyone in here.
You said
yeah.
it weighs about 5 pounds.
Yep.
Mr.
All right, I'm gonna
GM,
Yes, sir.
can I get my rope back?
You can.
Recovered.
I would like to put it in the middle of the room,
Okay.
get as far away from it as possible, and use Mage Hand to dump it out.
All right.
By the way, I took Spell Sniper, so I have a range of 60.
Okay.
Nice.
So, the contents within kind of clatter to the floor.
Oh
You
my.
find a fully intact set of somewhat small, of humanoid bones, all of which seem to be thin or frail.
Ooh,
Are
bones.
yeah?
Like small child?
Probably.
Are they of Drow origin?
Definitely elven of some sort.
Let's bring in the professional racist to determine if it's a drow or not.
Good to have you back, Drow.
Oh, don't let him near him. He'll try to destroy him.
No, hardly. I don't have that much disrespect for him.
Okay, so just the bones.
Just the bones.
If we're talking about the expert in all matters dead, then you should move.
No, I can tell you if they're drow bones or not. What do I gotta roll to determine if these bones are in fact of a lesser elven race?
You got a minor in paleontology.
We'll go
We don't
with,
know. I have a lot of knowledge.
wisdom, non-proficiency, and disadvantage.
Really? I can't add anything to it? Nature?
It's just the
Can't add arcana?
Well,
medicine if you have it.
History? Medicine? I don't have medicine.
you
Who takes medicine?
you
That's
know-
why we got healing spells.
You're either going to fail this miserably because you're Drow and that's how you roll, or you're going to beat the odds and roll a natural 20. There's no in between.
So it was a wisdom.
Yep.
Wisdom, non-proficient, disadvantage.
Okay, so let me add disadvantage to this. Just click on the wisdom under abilities, right?
Correct.
What'd I say?
Ooh, that would have been a 20 without that.
It would have.
Still pretty good.
You figure that, yeah, you probably think it is.
I'm going to examine them very closely.
As you're doing that, you hear...
It's not like it has a tag that says made in the Underdark.
As you're kind of going through the bones, you hear, "Please don't hurt my daddy. It's not his fault that she makes him do this. Please. He's kind. He just wants to make the world a better place. Please."
Do I hear that in my head while I'm touching the bones?
You do.
Do we all hear this?
Only him as he touches the bones. And then that voice kind of echoes away and fades.
I am going to set the bone down gently, stand up, call Kibble over to bring me a cloth to wipe my hands.
Okay.
Then after my hands are properly clean, I'm going to say, my experience dealing with elves is that this is the bones of his daughter. Also the fact that she talked to me.
But, we'll survive.
You to sort of
They were definitely drow bones, but then they started talking to me and they sounded just like her.
insight check.
I mean, Drow has hit a bunch of insanity points, so you're fully welcome to question his sanity.
18. So I believe him.
I believe it.
Of course you
If
believe
it matters, I don't seem to be lying.
It happened to you.
But did he put the bones down there for safekeeping?
I mean, there's not many more places that would be safe than the bottom of an electric well.
Given the amount of trouble it took to uncover them and the fact that the back seems to repel dirt, I would say he probably did put them there for safekeeping.
And if I remember right, he had to sacrifice her or give her up to fulfill some type of debt to Loth, didn't he?
I think that was the case. But then, of course, her spirit was in the other room.
Right.
Oh, you know what we need to do? Kedro, can you type out where I can see exactly what she said to me, and I'm going to interpret what Drow heard, so that everybody knows what he was told. Because Drow will screw
That
up.
was quick.
Hey, that came through
The
in
power
the
of copy paste.
Yeah. Let me see. How would Drow relay this to you?
Eisen would like to touch the bones.
All right. Kaizen caresses the little bones.
Does he get the same message?
Oddly, nothing comes through.
I'm going to say, all right, guys, listen up. Before she faded away, she did say, please don't hurt my daddy. It's not his fault. Someone makes him do it. He's kind. He wants to make the world a better place. Please kill my daddy, I think, was the end result.
I get the sense that part of his...
I think what her overall gist was, hurt my daddy, make the world a better place.
I'm getting the sense that he brought us here because he wants us to put him down.
Eric,
Well,
do you-
there's another possibility. It could be that this place is a place that he's built as a test for the point and purpose of finding people to complete a task for him.
Like breaking the curse and freeing him.
If he just wanted to die, he could make that happen.
No, generally the curse of immortality is specifically that you can't make yourself die that easily. Otherwise, it would be a gift.
Here's the deal. Well, gift, curse, I don't think that's the point. I think he chose this path for his own ends. My guess is that his daughter was sacrificed to Loth, and he ran some type of a gamut so that he could still be with her in whatever form she's currently taken.
Okay.
And he wouldn't be doing what he was doing if he had access to his daughter through another means.
Either way, I think we need to press on.
Yeah.
Yep, let's.
I'm gonna go ahead and
to.
pack the bones back up, and is it just like a duffel bag? There's no like straps to carry it.
Say again?
I said, is it just like a duffel bag with like it's not like a backpack or anything?
So the duffel bag does have 2 straps to kind of carry on your back.
Okay, I will add that to my pack.
Okay. Label it as a bag of holding 2,000 pounds.
Excuse me. Nice.
2,000 pounds, huh? And he's only put one small child's bones in it? That seems wasteful.
Maybe she was a chunky kid.
Bones are bones, man.
She
It's
was
probably
big bone.
about the size of the opening of the bag and not about the volume or the weight that it can carry.
So anyway, we have a doorway that's been collapsing.
Did that not add it? Oh yeah. Okay. Never mind. Continue.
Yep, so you have the open, kind of disintegrated doorway to the south, and or the locked gateway to the southeast.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We've explored every other room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the southeast door, does that have blue around it?
It does not.
Shall I? Because it had like wood and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, that was the one that was like boarded up, right?
Yep. Specifically, the archway to that room is the most puzzling. Slabs of wood barricade this passage through from this side, nailed, reinforced, layer over layer, from what you can see from this side of the archway, have been placed here to bar entry.
Well, either it's trying to keep us out or something very terrible in. We all good with this?
I mean, good with what? It's like the only route we can really take.
Besides the one to the south that goes into the next chamber. Anyway, I'm curious about it, so whack.
Okay. So you smash your way through that, and it crumbles
First try.
nearly like paper under your maul.
Okay.
Of course it does.
Of course, being wood, it might now be paper.
Hey guys, we're streaming.
Woo.
What?
Has it caught up to us yet?
Yep. Also, Keddy needs to do a better job of hiding his map.
Yeah, that happens. So the passageway down is short and turned sharply to the right. Overall, the size is very reminiscent to the other rooms, from what you can tell from this vantage point. Though you do see a sickly azure glow emanating from around the corner.
There's a little, just glowing a little bit blue. I'm gonna go in, but I don't want to be in here alone because last time I did this, the boulder happened.
I will go with you.
Kill my buddy, because it has not been an hour yet.
I'll go with you.
On second thought, no. And I peek around the corner.
Yep, we are currently solving the well puzzle right now.
So, making your way further around, you can see what looks to be a small sarcophagus. it appears to be the source of the azure glow. A form carved from dark granite material, of which the entire sarcophagus is constructed, looks to be that of an ancient dwarven warrior. Its heraldry and regalia have lost shape over time, but even now you can tell that the artistry was painstakingly performed to allow every shape of the former warrior's armor and glories to show through grim elation.
Is there any writing on it?
There is not.
Can I history check to see if I identify any of the symbols or anything for maybe I read a book on dwarves at some point?
Go for it.
Can I roll? Because
Absolutely.
dwarves. Okay. That's cocked. Oh, hey.
19. I love my history.
What, history check?
Yep.
Okay, 17.
17 and 19. That is good enough. You will kind of make note of certain features that are a bit more prominent. You believe that it's from the Envillery clan. A clan known for being warriors of Clan Geddon. A clan that has fallen and fell through a war with demons.
So you said that this is granite, right?
Correct.
I would like to try to respectfully lift the top off.
Okay. As soon as you put your hands on the lid, a withered voice rings out from the tomb. Whoso passes here and wishes the blessing of the dwarven lords must be the truest of the true. Step forward, name thyself and thy worth.
I'm Ark. Just Ark. I'm not sure what you mean by worth.
If you do not know your worth, then you are not worthy.
No, I know my worth. I just don't know what you mean by thy worth.
Hey, didn't you handle a dwarven holy relic once? That should make you worthy to some degree.
Oh yeah. I wielded the dwarven the axe of dwarven lords.
Tell us of this story.
Okay, so, and I go into it. Well, we were in the old dwarven kingdom of what's it called?
Sarbreen?
Sarbreen, and we actually went very deep under there, and we went into a chamber, and it was just kind of there, but I wanted to use it to wield against our enemy, and I did. And when it was asked of me to return it, I did so willingly, without any hesitation. For it was not mine.
To whom did you return it?
Cast again, Mithril Hammer.
Close. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I know his name, so I would.
Hamner.
Hamner?
Yep. I see.
The spiritual weapon is talking.
And what would you do with our blessings?
Save the world. Mostly just defend my people.
Save the world from what?
Bunch of Death Knights, sort of dragon god king thing.
I see.
I'm saying all this in Dwarvish, by the way.
And what makes your heart true? What will prove that you will follow through?
Present me with the test.
Make an oath to him, man. If you fail to do it, you'll take a hammer to the nuts 1,000 times.
You don't understand Dwarvish. You know what? I'm gonna pull out one of my axes.
Mhm.
The one we found down there, so it's the dwarven make one.
Okay.
And I'm going to cut my own hand, just slice it down the middle. I swear that if you give me this power, I will use it for only the noblest intentions.
We
I
will
will
be
either kill my enemies or be killed by them.
watching. And the azure glow kind of fades, and you see a slight azure outline emanate around your maul.
Ooh, looks like you did something right. Good job, Ark. And I will pat you on the back with just like the tips of my fingers, and then immediately wipe them off on the cloth. You are very dirty.
Electricity will do that to you.
All right, we
kind
did
of
it.
do a gracious bow and sort of chest thing there. Like,
Before Art comes out, I'm going to come out first and say, Art just stole a dwarf's blue glow.
And you'd notice that Misaki has started kind of like preparing for a short rest.
Yeah. When he started going into story mode, I sat down to take a break.
well,
I also take a break.
yeah, me too.
I mean,
why is everyone ignoring me? I just gave you important information about what we've been
Thank
up
you,
to.
Drow, for being my herald.
Trying to help.
You are
I don't
helping.
know I don't know what was said. I just know that you talked for a bit and then you took his blue glow.
he's got the glow.
Is it still glowing? Is my maul still glowing?
It is.
Leroy.
Yeah.
Sure enough.
Alrighty, and anybody wanting to recover for the short rest, go ahead and do so.
Do we get any bonuses from Kibble?
If you have him cook and or do the other thing that he can do that I can't recall at the moment.
Dance, sing, play a song?
Yep, that thing.
Yeah, let's have him give us a jaunty little tune to raise our spirits after everything we've been through.
So what's that at? A D6?
Yep, a D6 from that. And then
Is that per roll we make or just 1d6 altogether?
1d6 altogether.
Okay.
And then I believe he had the chef feat. So you also gain an extra 1d8. And in the cooking of that, he comes up with 3 tasty-looking cakes that will last for the next 8 hours. And anyone eating them as a bonus action will gain temporary hit points equal to his proficiency bonus.
Wow, I cannot roll high. I've never rolled so many 2s in a row.
And then
That's
you get
what
a
I get for saying something. I use up all my hit die. I don't care.
I mean, have you tried just not getting hit?
Yes, that doesn't work. I'm very, very, very much a target.
He does try. He just doesn't.
You know what? I might get one of those D10s back because I forget I have a second wind I could burn. I hadn't used it yet.
And you get those back in a short rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So you can burn it beforehand. Yeah.
So I get. Yeah. So I will give myself back one of those.
Well, I didn't fully recover, but to be fair, I have a lot of hit points to recover.
That is true.
But that's one of the things about barbarians. Is that, like, I'm an investment.
All right, everybody done?
Yes.
Moving on into the next area then.
Me first.
Eddie,
Yes.
you gave me shield twice, but you totally didn't give me the healing spell that I asked for.
That does
Nope,
happen.
there it is. I see it. You just gave me shield twice.
That's okay. I can fix that.
Well,
That's-
you use it twice then.
That just means that you get plus 10 to your AC.
Because you gave me Hellish Rebuke and Shield under my spells for Warlock, and then you repeated my Warlock spells as Hellish Rebuke and Hex. Do Warlocks get Shield?
I believe so.
I think all casters get
No.
shield to some degree.
No, I
except
don't
Divine.
think they do.
Except
Warlocks
Divine
do not get
because-
shield.
I think Hexblade.
Really?
Unless it's on like one of the special like patron spell lists.
Yeah, it's on the spell list, I think.
But by default, no, they do not.
Okay, I apologize. Could somebody recap what the food does for us?
Gladly, as soon as I get to the for short rest, you can cook creatures. Okay. With 1 hour of work, or when you finish a long rest, you can cook a number of treats equal to your proficiency bonus.
Yeah,
These
so make that
special-
4.
These special treats last for 8 hours after being made. A creature can use a bonus action to eat one of those treats and gain temporary hit points equal to your proficiency bonus. So, what is Kibble's proficiency bonus now?
A total of 4.
Okay. I will not take that because I can do the thing, but unless everyone thinks that they've got their bonus actions kind of down pat.
I mean, I would
People
probably
that should
take-
have it are the cleric, the drawho, the person that made it, and the dragon.
Because those 4
Wait,
temporary
what?
hit points are going to save his life.
Who's
Well, I
getting
don't know
the temporary hit points?
Whether or not it's going to save his life or not, but it's better than what it has been doing for its bonus action.
What do you do for your bonus action? So, new map?
Soon.
soon, he says.
But I want it now.
So, exiting into that area, you find that it leads into a large, lush jungle area. Maybe 100 feet out from the door, a small trail within the jungle fades into a short line of a large kind of lake area. The sound of the forest is life is abundant. Birds call, and you hear the snuffling of what sounds to most likely be a boar, just a short distance into the trees to your left. And a conveniently multiple road path converges close to the door. One leads directly off to the shoreline ahead of you, another curves to your right, and then intersecting the path to the shoreline about 40 feet out is a third small beaten path that winds off to the left. Yet, almost as soon as you walk through the door and begin to look about, the sky darkens as if the sun has sped across the heavens, leaving you in pitch black of night. A light rain begins to drizzle, though even in the darkness, the pleasant breeze coming off the lake with the temperate weather here makes the area rather pleasurable to be in.
Before the night cycle happened, Did I see any indication of like a roof? Or-
No. Unfortunately, the clouds are kind of obscuring above between them and the trees. So it just seems like the sun just kind of shot across the sky.
If it's cool with everyone, I'm going to take some time to cast Commune with Nature. I just want to see what the range goes out to.
Okay.
I will let you talk to plants like a hippie.
Not speak with plants, commune with nature. It's very different.
Same thing.
No, it is very different. You should know this. You're an elf.
He just hugs trees.
Stop messing with the spell. That's an Easter egg for all of you who have seen the trailer. Okay, so nature. I should really have this card out, but I don't. Okay, so. Okay, so that should. Oh, so it says if it's underground, it goes up to 300 feet.
Mhm.
But if we're outdoors, it goes for 3 miles.
Mhm.
What do I pay?
You ping about 300 feet.
Gotcha. Well, while I'm here, terrain and bodies of water.
Predominantly a circular jungle forest area surrounding a centralized lake.
Okay, and do I feel like, basically, do I feel like the inclusion of artificial structures to that, or?
You do. There feels like there's a wall, but anywhere that you look, except for the space that you guys just came out of, looks like jungle. But you're certain that there's a wall next to where you just came out.
Okay, but so there's a wall there.
And it seems to be circular around.
Okay, do I feel that like taper off at some point, or is it like at the actual edge of my range?
It is at the actual edge of your range.
Okay, so 300 feet across. Good to know. Powerful undead.
Not here.
Interesting. Prevalent animals.
There is indeed a boar that's maybe 100 feet off to your left. A variety of birds, potentially deer.
All right, everyone wait here. And I'm going to go over to the boar.
Okay.
Gently, though.
So as you wander that way, you hear it moving off into the distance. It seems to be staying about the same range away from you, based on the snuffling that you can hear.
Based off of the snuffling I can hear, does it sound aggressive, or like it's just kind of trying to keep its distance?
Mostly like it's just kind of wandering around.
Okay. I'm going to pull out. What do boars eat? Just about anything, right?
Just about.
I'm going to pull out a ration.
Okay.
Like pull the meat out of it and hold it up, like, and I can spend another 10 minutes to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
If everyone's cool with that too. If you want to hang out for 20 minutes,
I'm happy to do nothing.
cool. Okay, so I guess I'll do that.
Okay.
And how long
Does Ark tell us about the
there's
chamber?
a boar about 100 feet away.
Not the boar. Like, did you tell us about the that we're in a room?
Oh yeah, it's a room. It's approximately 300 feet around. It's circular. So
I'll send my owl on a circuit
Okay.
to see what the owl can see while Ark is commuting with boars.
So, for it being fairly dark, it notes that almost the entire lake is covered in mist. Trees surround the entire lake, and the trees go as far as the eye can see.
Well, the communing with nature lasts for a minute. I got what I wanted on it. There are a lot of spells to start with R. Even more than start with S. Animals, there we go. Oh, cool. It lasts 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So. Okay. Hello, boar. I'm not going to hurt you. Got some food here.
So you feel that you're probably downwind from it, so it should be getting the smell, and you're not far enough away that it shouldn't be able to hear you. You still hear the same snuffling. Go ahead and give me a wisdom roll. Nature, if you have it.
Yes, I do. All right, 18.
Okay. You feel that the snuffling is almost repeated, like something on a loop. But you felt that boar near you.
Ooh, ghost boar. No, wait, didn't experience any undead.
Mm-hmm.
Living ghost boar.
Robot boar.
Boar bear pig.
Actual dead boar that snorts in
I'm
death.
gonna
That way it
start-
doesn't qualify.
I'm going to
as undead.
start tracking it, I guess.
Okay. Go ahead and give a survival.
Okay. Sorry. Right. 17.
17. You find tracks, but they're oddly interspersed. So they'll be there for 10 feet, then not for another 20, then there for another 5, then not for another 15, and so on and so forth.
Can I determine what direction I heard the snuffling? And based off of my ping. Best guess.
Yep. So you would figure that as you came out of the door, it was off to your left about 100 feet, and as you've moved, it's continued that kind of leftward trend in a straight line. The tracks, however, don't go in a straight line. They seem to be a little bit left or a little bit right.
Okay. I'll follow it as best I can.
Okay.
Is there a point where they diverge, or?
You end up getting to a point where you see the tracks, the left hoofs move left, and the right hoofs move right, independently.
That's not concerning at all.
Oh, the boars learned how to walk on half a leg and split themselves in half. Don't act like that's dumb. That's a perfectly reasonable conclusion to make from the scene.
Okay.
It split itself in half.
Additionally, as you're going along,
Uh,
you figure that you should have run into the wall by now, but you haven't.
I'm going to make my way back to the group.
All right. Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Oh, God.
Come on, fail this so you get lost forever and we move on without you.
7.
Okay. So as you guys are kind of chilling out at the door, it takes Ark a good hour and a half before he gets back.
There was
You
a
okay,
boar.
buddy? Said you was leaving for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, there was 4, and then there was it seemed to have split itself in half. Don't ask. I'm just telling you what I saw. I only heard it, never saw it. I think it was a trap. Anyway, what did you do?
I took a nap again.
Well, I mean, Drougotho's just been looking over his ledgers and checking numbers.
I saw your owl a couple of times.
So lots of trees and mist about, not a whole lot else. The entire lake is pretty much covered in mist.
Okay.
Which makes me think there's something out there that we need to see.
Also, I do want to note it that I should have run into the wall, but I didn't. And that makes
Maybe you're
me
better
wonder-
at wandering aimlessly through the woods than you think.
To be fair, that the whole thing with the hooves and the going apart and then coming back together again vexed me greatly.
Do we have a general idea? So you said it was like a huge central lake. About how big across is the lake?
From what your
would've-
bird saw,
Yeah.
you would think that the lake is several miles.
Several miles across in a 300-foot round room.
We're inside a giant bag of holding.
Methinks the laws of physics no longer apply.
Okay, so first rule of going through this chamber: stick together. Like really stick together. There is high opportunity for us to get lost here. I don't think we can trust any of our divining magic.
Okay. Do you want to tie a rope around everyone so we can't get separated by force?
Let's not do that because we're going to be tripping over each other. But just stay within eye shot of at least 2 people.
All right.
Do you want to walk in a hexagon shape?
Should we try to figure out a way to get across the lake? Being that it's in the center and covered in mist, I feel like that's important.
Navarre, did you have your owl? Did your owl navigate any of the pathway?
No.
Your owl would have noticed a bit of the pathway from where you're at, but it seems to be interspersed amongst the trees, that it's somewhat hard to follow unless it's flying low underneath like the treetops.
Yeah, like gliding along above the path but under the canopy. Correct?
Correct.
All right.
Because knowing what's at the end of the path could just determine which direction we need to take. I look at Kaizen. Kaizen, don't you have a crow?
No, I have a raven.
My mistake. You have a big black bird, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are we wanting to know what's at the end of these paths before we go traveling? Or should we just pick one and go?
I have a feeling, given that Ark was able to just wander around without running into the wall for an hour, that probably it won't matter if we send out a scout at this point. I think we should just pick a path and go.
All right. I'll spend another 10 minutes greeting a teacher.
Okay.
So as far as features go, terrain,
Mhm.
is there any notable difference between the left and the right for 300?
No, the paths themselves are both fairly windy. They seem to kind of snake along the shoreline and then back into the jungle, back to the shoreline, and so on.
Are there any, is there influence from other planes?
You absolutely feel that.
Noted. Are there any minerals here?
Oddly, there are not.
Okay. So I'm feeling some, well, my spirit bearer tells me that there's actually, there's influence from another plane here. But
I mean, I feel like considering everything we've been through, that should be obvious in every room we enter.
as far as I can tell, though, that there's no real difference in the paths. So I think at this point, I'll make a nature check to see if there's any discernible difference in the paths going one way or the other.
Okay.
Oh, hey, 21.
Okay. You would know that the left path and the right path are roughly traveled about the same amount. The path to the shore is the most traveled. Seems to be a bit wider, a bit more beaten.
Okay, so these paths travel just about the same amount. This one's more traveled. I don't know if that's good or bad.
And you can see out to that shoreline.
I can see the shore. Okay. Well, we should at least we should see if there's a boat or two, considering your party composition.
Yeah, let's take the path towards the shore.
Okay.
Is there any like vegetation, overgrowth, or anything on the path?
Not on the path itself. Maybe there's a bit of kind of underbrush grass,
Okay.
and then it moves out to larger brush and lots of larger trees.
Okay, so the path itself is like not difficult.
Correct.
Gotcha.
So, walking the somewhat short distance down towards the shore, you note the fresh scent of the lake and the mild mist that rises from it in the not-too-cool weather. The shoreline is hedged with overgrowth of trees and jungle brush reaching almost to the water, and in the clearing that opens to the shore you can just make out two forms near a makeshift camp area. One stands facing the lake with its arms and legs spread wide, almost as if venerating something off in the distant mists. The other lies closer to the water, curled in on itself, its back facing you. Perception checks.
Oh, perception. Receive this.
21.
Okay.
I'm going to note these dice seem to be rolling fairly well.
Kai, Misaki?
I'm getting ready. I'm just looking.
Okay.
Our holy people are down. Do you have one for Kibble, Drow?
Oh, Kibble, right. I forget I'm playing two characters because he hasn't been needed.
At this point, you'll all notice that Kibble is not here.
Oh. Well, Kibble notices something.
Wherever he is.
Alrighty. Everybody above a 15, you'll notice that neither the standing figure nor the one laying near the water seem to be moving in the slightest. They're stock still.
They're petrified.
Possibly.
Remember those statues we saw? Kibble?
Divine sense.
You sense no undead.
Faye.
Not here, no.
Demons.
Nope.
Okay.
Actually, how far out does that go?
Oh, now we know there's demons. Metagame.
60 feet.
Yeah. Nope, not here.
All right.
It will let me know celestial, fiend, undead, and fey.
Nope.
Sorry, that has a range of what?
60 feet.
60 feet.
I immediately start spending the time to actually. Well, no, because I didn't ask. I'm like, tell me if anything happens, and I start chanting again to Queen of Asia again. So if anything happens in the next 10 minutes, let me know.
I'm going to look around for Kibble as best I can if he doesn't seem to be around, because he's got a lot of stuff that I need. We're gonna get hungry again.
I think we got cut off the train.
That happens.
What's up?
Well, if nothing happens in that 10 minutes, I'm going to look for persons,
Okay.
which will disqualify us.
You will only feel your party that is here. So there's you, Misaki, Draho, Naivar, and Kaisen.
All right, I immediately start trying to pick up Kibble's tracks and see where they went.
Okay.
9.
Yeah, I was gonna, while he's doing his little commune thing, I was gonna try and pick up signs of Kibble.
Okay. So Ark, you'll notice that about 50 feet back, basically halfway between the shoreline and the door, his tracks just stop.
Well, crap. Just no sign deviating any direction.
Nope. It's as if he got to a point in the road and never left it.
For his last tracks, is there anything off about it?
Nope. Very standard. Appropriate kibble-sized boots.
So no sign whatsoever of
Did he
being.
get picked up by a bird?
Perhaps.
How do you do it without making a noise that we'd hear?
You ever seen an owl fly?
Yeah, but I'm sure Kibble would have made some sort of noise. An owl can't grab him with both talons and put a hand over his mouth.
I'm just saying, birds can be really quiet when they're gliding.
Some predator birds find their prey by hearing it, which means that they are very quiet.
Could have been an owl with a hand.
I was thinking that after I said it, and I'm like, I'm not going to say that, though, because
All right,
odds are the owl doesn't have a hand until you just said something to the DM.
all right, weapons out, people.
Nature, can I determine if something was capable of grabbing him before disappearing in the animal world?
You would know that there are a variety of potential animals and monsters that have that capacity.
Right. Could I nature and or survival to see if I notice any details of any such animal around?
I
Go for it.
call Kaisen over to the footprints themselves and ask him to give the footprints.
22 nature.
You don't feel that there's anything here other than the sounds of very passive beasts. You can still hear that boar snuffling about 100 feet off. Birds chirping.
But coincidentally, none of the distances have really changed. It's almost as if we're in one location and everything is moving to accommodate us. He stopped for a second and we walked beyond him. Okay, this makes sense. We're in a pocket dimension and he somehow fell out of it.
Or never entered.
Oh no,
Or never entered.
He came in. He came in 50 feet from the door to the shore.
But you don't understand. If there was a gate, a very temporary one, that we walked through that he didn't, or he walked through and we didn't.
Yeah, that could have happened.
Because portals will only open for the person that has the key. Any one of the things the Kibble could be carrying could be a port key, in which case he could be walking and a door open up and he could be anywhere. Any when. Any why.
Is the doorway that we walked
Well,
through still there?
I know one thing's for sure. He's not getting back.
If you go all the way back to the prior room,
I judged by where I'm standing.
Okay, so going back towards that direction and looking, because you had a straight shot from where that door was, there's nothing but forest and jungle.
Okay. I can't sense him. And that's for 300 feet. So, my last thing, too, was it 300 feet or was it 3 miles?
300 feet.
Okay, so we're still underground.
I don't think divination magic works.
Survival to sense portal, Ketty?
Go for it.
Nope.
Nope, nothing there.
I don't sense a portal, but that doesn't mean it isn't here. I'm kind of terrible at it.
Can anyone see invisibility?
Not yet.
Hold on. Don't know if I have that one.
Well,
The figure that seemed to be curled up on himself, it seemed like a medium creature, a large creature, a small creature?
Medium creature.
Okay.
Humanish in shape and rough
Gotcha.
size.
All right, I don't have that one, but I do have the ghostly gaze again. Can I look around and see, like, are the trees real? Like, can I see through them?
It's odd. So, at points, they look like they are real trees, and at other points, as you kind of glance around and back, they look like they're not there.
Okay, so it's fairly obvious that nothing we see here is real.
Are we on the ethereal plane? That.
that should be easy.
If they're half
I'll
there,
look
half
for my
not,
tether.
It could also mean that we're half there, half not.
Oh, somebody rolled. What did they roll for?
Okay. Good night.
Huh. I know the last time Kibble disappeared, he almost drowned to death. So,
Well, the last time Kibble disappeared, he didn't just leave behind footprints and then stop.
Curiosities. Is there anything anyone can do?
Kibble, why must you be a plot device?
Feel like the only way out of this.
What's the maximum range? What's the maximum range I've got with sharpshooter?
What's your bow? 600 feet?
I think so. Because it's a longbow, standard longbow, I believe.
So longbow is
Yep, 150/600.
600 means.
I mean, I can only go out to 300. So, what are you doing?
Well, if sharpshooter, that doubles your bow's distance. Right?
Doesn't impose disadvantage, and you ignore half cover and 3/4 cover.
Okay, it doesn't.
You're
but I
thinking
was wrong.
spell sniper.
Yeah,
Okay.
or throw non.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, if I've got like 1,200. Well, oh wait, no, we might be in another dimension. I was gonna say I technically could use Seeking Shot and we could listen for the arrow to hit him.
I mean, you're welcome to try, but I keep telling you, I don't think divination magic works wherever we are.
I know that's what you said. I'm just saying that's the only thing I can think is if he's within my bow's range, then I've seen him within the last, I think it's 10 minutes or something. I can easily
given also
pluck
that
him.
there's a 200 or a several mile wide lake shoved in a 300-foot room. I don't
Yeah,
think
that's a good
distance means what you think it means in this situation, Draho.
Never mind, you're right. That's a bad idea. I was trying to think outside the box here.
Okay. Well, since we have no idea where Kibble is, new rule: stay on the path.
Too late.
Actually, I'm curious though about the bow. I do want to just pull an arrow and shoot way off in the distance and see if I can see where the arrow lands. Just basically shoot up in the air.
Being an archer, that due to the tree cover, you'd probably not see where it lands.
Could I climb a tree?
You can attempt to.
You can see
going
the
to.
arrow suddenly disappears.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb a tree and shoot an arrow across the tops of the trees and see how far it goes. This will tell us whether it's effective to our census or an actual area.
Before you do that, I'm going to tie a rope to you and make sure there's at least some tension on it the entire time.
Okay. And we'll know if I disappear, then that's what happened. We left the path.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
I'll find Kibble.
Okay.
I'm going to climb this very cautiously and slowly, so can I take 10 to do it proper?
Sure.
Wait, no, would 10 even help me? It's a dex, isn't it? Or it's not a dex to do it, is it?
Would be athletics.
Oh, crap, that'd be a -1, so taking 10 wouldn't mean crap.
I mean, it would just
Better off rolling.
That's about it.
Why?
You see Draho
Why?
go up to the tree, put his hands around it, shimmy up a couple feet, and slide down. Shimmy up a couple feet, and slide down.
Does he find a knothole?
That's not how you...
He steps back.
This is a
momentarily.
very smooth tree. This is a very smooth tree. I need to find one with more lumps.
and goes to jump for it, and it looks like a cat that's failed to jump. He just kind of goes spread wide, grabs on
But then
about 2 feet
slides.
up, and then slides back down.
How high off the ground are the first branches?
About 15 feet.
I grab Draho, I hand Tyson the rope, and I throw him.
All right.
And make a strength check.
Let me go, you brute. I can do this myself. I just need a better tray.
Use leverage.
I know where you... Oh, wait, no. Wrong kind of leverage. Good. All right, so strength check, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be on Draho's tombstone. Should have used more leverage.
12.
Are we gonna get to make that tombstone right now?
Only when
Throw
he
it
lands.
into the branch.
Draho, go ahead and give me an acrobatics.
See if I can turn this into something.
I did you a favor. Unless it's just to see if he can dodge anything.
19.
There you go.
Okay, so you see that branch that's closest to you incoming at a very high speed. How do you want to deal with that?
I'm going to reach out a hand and basically grab it, do like a double spin around it like one of those dudes at the Olympics like to do,
Okay.
Of course, you had to make
and then jump in the air, rotate a 180, and then do it the other way, and then land on top of it. Because I've got to do it with flash. I'm going to do
Of
it. Draw
course, you
time.
had to make it fancy.
And so with that, you're standing on the branch.
Yes. And
Wait,
I'm gonna
wait,
say,
wait.
thank you, but I had it.
Point of clarity. Point of clarity. Does this count as a push, pull, lift, or break object?
I hope not a break object.
It's more of a thrown attack kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Okay,
With an
now I'm going
improvised
to
drama.
finish the climb. Now that there's
Wait,
more
wait,
branches,
wait.
it should be easier.
If it's wait, this was an athletics check, right?
Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So right, well, but if we make it a thrown improvised weapon, then technically I could have advantage.
Go for it.
There's a 19 on the die. So, lack of proficiency, but with my strength, that would make it a 23.
Okay. So you toss him up there, and acrobatically he's able to just kind of daintily land.
I'd say he clears a couple of branches.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I should get some good distance on that.
Navarro,
I threw
how,
like a
how much hold were you giving on that rope?
It wasn't Navarro, it was Kaizen.
Okay.
If it was me, it would be none.
I mean, he handed me the rope. I never said I took it.
you just took it and you're like, meh.
Well, no, because I'm looking through my pack to see if I have a shovel, because I want to dig.
So he gets up past that second branch, and then it's really tough to see him. And the rope comes falling down.
We learned. This was educational.
Okay. Completely intact, right?
Yep.
So what do I see after I do my fancy pirouette that apparently nobody else gets to see?
Well, you're having trouble seeing down below the branches because of the leaf cover. But above, there's still probably another 20, 30 feet to the tree.
I'm gonna yell down, good throw, and continue climbing, assuming they heard me.
Okay. You guys hear the good throw, but it's coming from about 50 feet to your left.
What?
Now comes the part where you wonder if Drow landed on the other side of the bushes because he missed all the branches. And if that was a sarcastic comment.
All right, everyone stick together, and we'll try to go towards 50 feet to the left.
Kaizen,
Do I hear them responding to me at all?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, you do.
do you have Discord open?
I can.
Does anyone respond to me when I yell? Because if I hear someone else, I will start yelling back.
Go ahead and open it up.
If you guys tell me something's wrong.
So,
I do
Drow,
that.
at this point, you would also notice that the rope is no longer around you.
Oh, well, I'm also going to yell back, hey, it looks like the rope came off in the toss. Can you guys, throw it back up here?
Is that the thing? Is it coming from the same location?
It's about now probably 30 or 40 feet further north.
Oh
Just say
God,
throw it back.
I know where we are. Dude, I'm gonna ask you in chat because this is sort
Okay,
of
Drow's going to continue yelling for the rope until somebody responds.
okay. I'm gonna encourage everyone to go after him. The sound of him. Oh boy, this is potentially very bad.
So, who's doing what?
I come up to,
Someone's throwing me a rope or telling me something.
I come up and hand something to Kaizen. I also start a campfire. As there were provisions for a campfire left, so I started one.
Raho, out of the tree.
What? No, I can get the rest of the way. I just want the rope so that we know.
Not important. You're getting further away, out of the tree.
And
Mike.
you almost hear Ark as merely a whisper.
Oh, well, I definitely know he wouldn't be whispering at me. He's very boisterous, and for sure, he didn't throw me that high.
I love how that's
Or did he?
That's
Or
something.
did he? I've seen him do some freakishly strong things, so let's see if Droghot's smart enough to realize that there's something's wrong and he didn't just get Superman chucked higher than he thought. Because that could very well be Droghot's mindset.
Hey.
Let's do a wisdom to see if he figures it out. High, low. Yep, I was going high for him figuring it out. So yeah, he knows something's up.
Okay.
So he is going to jump back down and, try and bounce down branches by branches because he's very lithe and elf-like. He can walk on top of the snow.
Sure. Give me an acrobatics.
He's elf-like. You could almost say he's an elf.
Acrobatics.
All right. So with that,
Alright.
you come very smoothly down those branches, and as you land on the forest floor, or I should say the jungle floor, you notice that you're way back up the trail, probably as far as you were from the shore before, and you can see the rest of the party down where you had been thrown up the tree.
I'm gonna yell at him. How'd I get over here? How freakishly hard is your arm throw?
So we turn.
Where did you go to school and learn your grammar, Drogo? Your arm throw?
I'm
What
very
kind of a
confused.
question is that?
To determine what kind of plane
Very
we're on,
confused.
what would I roll?
Say again?
To determine what plane we might be on, what would be the roll?
Have you ever plane hopped before?
I have not.
Straight D20 roll.
18.
You definitely don't feel like you're on the material plane, but you're not sure where. Like, this does not feel like you're in
I'm gonna
Kansas.
walk
anyone-
back to the group.
Does anyone know of a place that has forests or jungles, like lots of vegetation, that can kind of get funky with the physics and the space-time?
So Navarra reads a lot, but she's not plane hopped. What would she need to roll?
For that, I'll give you... Let's go with a history.
Now,
That's what I was gonna ask too. Was I've got both history and arcana, and he is educated at a very prestigious.
it's the best we can possibly do.
Go ahead with either,
manner.
whichever is better.
25.
Well, they're the same, so it doesn't.
Okay.
Cannot possibly do better.
There you go.
I can do better.
So,
Sure.
between the two of you, you figure that there are portions that are either pocket dimensions that have this capacity, or this is a standard function of the Feywild.
I was afraid of that.
Oh, we have a book on the Fae, don't we?
Do we still?
Yeah, but who has it?
Fenrir.
Oh yeah, right. I already gave it to him, so he
It
can
was
do it during
specifically
downtime.
about the wild hunt.
Oh yeah, and that was
Here's the deal.
specifically the Wild Hunt, not the Feywild.
Yeah, okay, so divination magic, not gonna work.
Here's the deal. If we're on the Feywild and we're stuck here, it means somebody has something that they want us to do.
Oh
No.
well, if that's the case, if we're in the Feywild, I speak Sylvan. That's essentially the Fey language. Can I just scream into the trees? Hey, can somebody help us find our friend and get out of here?
You most certainly can scream into the trees.
Standard operating procedures for the Feywild. No accepting gifts. Don't eat anything.
If someone asks you if they can have your name, you must answer, "You may call me."
Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna keep screaming in Sylvan, "Hey, someone, we need our friend, and we need to get here." Hope somebody other than me speaks Sylvan, so you know what I'm yelling.
Kaizen, have you looked at the thing I handed you?
Yep. And I hand it back to you.
Okay. Just because Discord didn't pop you as registering, that's what I was asking.
Anyone answering me?
They are not.
I am guessing that that individual either failed to do what he was supposed to do or took something he shouldn't have.
Well, he's over by the lakeshore on the ground, very much past death.
Yeah, well, we have no clues, so I say we go investigate.
So heading down into that campsite.
Well, after I handed the letter to Kaizen, I went back to the fire.
Okay. The rest of the party going?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sticking with everyone else now, man. We're
Okay.
dealing with stuff I'm not prepared for.
So, just kind of recapping what Misaki knows at this point. Coming in closer towards the standing figure, you find that it's some sort of effigy made up of mostly sticks, dead brush, and leaves. But what strikes you as peculiar is the head of the thing. It looks to be a carved mask or helmet of sorts. Lithe in nature, almost reminiscent of elven work. It's been dutifully decorated with a variety of seashells to look much like armor. Several sets of shelves on the left and the right side of the face are slightly different color and give off the look of waves curling to the left and right respectively. For the body near the shore, stripped of nearly all worldly goods, the second figure on the slave front is that of a shriveled, desiccated thing. Wind, water, and time have swept much of the body's former figure from it. It lies mostly curled in on itself, save for the right hand, which points out towards the lake, and an abject look of terror sits upon what remains of its sardonic visage.
What was that about the shells on the other one?
Several sets of shelves on the left and the right side of the face are slightly different in color and give off the look of waves that are curling to the left and right.
And it resembles elven armor?
It does.
I would like to inspect that to see what's going on with that. Because I recognize elven craftsmanship. It's superior to most craftsmanship, especially dwarven.
Are you taking it off the effigy?
Not until I get a good look at it. I think I've pretty much learned my lesson about just touching random crap around here.
Have you, though?
Say now you pick.
Because now we're
is the
into
time to not
a
touch
realm
them.
that I don't understand.
All right, map.
Yeah, I will inspect it now that I see what's written there. I will inspect the thing.
All right.
What would I have?
Taking it off to inspect it, or just still looking at it?
Looking at it, does it look like something that I've seen in a book somewhere, might recognize anything?
Potentially. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
Religion. I am not trained in it, but I'm good at it.
Okay.
Okay, let me roll this. 14, not bad.
Okay. You would know that the curling waves are often symbols for Umberly.
Umberly, that's I know the name.
The goddess of the deep.
That's the goddess you pissed off in the pirate town.
That's why the name was sounding familiar to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she don't like me. Maybe if I return her helmet to her, she'll like me more. I'll take the helmet so I can return it to her temple when we get out of here and maybe earn some brownie points.
All right.
Here we go.
So you lift the helmet off the effigy, And as you kind of bring it closer to you, thump, a head drops out of it.
Well, that's to be expected.
It looks almost exactly like you.
That's not to be expected. I will pick up the head and inspect it closely. Is it a distant relative?
You think that it would look like you if you were slightly more scarred and about 600 years older.
I mean, by Elvish standards, though.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
so
see
it
him,
looks like it's only a couple of years older than me.
Yep.
I see him doing this, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'm going to inspect the face very closely, check the teeth,
Well, we know what happens to you.
look around. Huh. And you said the face is scarred up?
Yep.
I'm
It
a-
has a long streak kind of coming to the right point of your mouth, and then one that's running from the top of your forehead to the edge of the nose, creating this kind of split nose.
Huh.
seeing
Well, if
this.
this is me in the future, I am way more tough than you. I know you could survive through this arc. Look at that. Look at what happened to that face. That face still looks beautiful, even with all that mangling. Even being that old.
I'm ignoring him.
You
And-
should find a 900-year-old elf that looks this good, this scarred.
So you're saying when 900 years old I reach Lucas Good, I will not? I'm immediately going to go over to...
See what you did there, and I respect it.
Thank you. I'm gonna
So I'm going to drop the head, because it's clearly not important, and inspect the helmet better.
Having
Okay.
seen this, I'm going to go to the desiccated body and see if it in any way resembles Drow.
That one does not.
Okay.
What about the body that I took the helmet off of? Does it look like me?
So the remainder of it is actually sticks and brush, like a proper effigy.
Hmm.
Ark, go ahead and give me a insight check. Go with
Insights,
Mm-hmm.
this body is lying to me. Okay, this die is rolling just notably better than the other one. Insight, so that will 24.
Okay. That looks like a very aged, weathered, desiccated Todrick.
Remind me who Todrick is.
Your lady friend's brother?
A guy that attacked Kibble when we first met him?
Nope.
No, that's the other dude.
Okay.
He's a different household.
All right.
Oh.
Well, for sure that head that fell out is me. I feel like I should save that for future investigation, as morbid as it sounds.
I'm
Navarre,
Yes, Misaki?
I pass an envelope to you once you come into the camp,
question.
Okay.
and we can share it among everybody else. I'm just going to put it into chat so you can read it.
Does this beach, shoreline, whatever, resemble the one when I met my granddaughter?
It does not.
Okay. And in no way reminds me of it.
Not at all.
Okay, good.
That shoreline was not, shall we say, jungle-esque.
Fair enough.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna ask if anyone can gentle repose this my not attached head. So I can put it in my bag and we can figure out what to do with it at a later date.
And where did this come from, Misaki?
The backpack that is right next to you. I assume it would belong to the body that is next to Ark.
And go ahead and read that off for the stream.
The letter reads, "My dearest Emily, I was sure that the caravan was not but 2 days' travel to Red Lark. Yet, as I set out to hunt provisions for the evening meal, I stepped through the forest under heavy mists, and I found myself lost. I know that to survive, I must stay where I am. The noises in the forest do not bode well, even for an experienced hunter to travel now. There's a house upon the lake. I find myself at where I hear the sobs of a woman interchanged with the cackling mad laughter. Only madness lay in wait there. I sit here with you on my mind and will trust in the will of Sylvanus to guide travelers to me that I might again find my way to you. Should the worst come to pass, I leave this letter for you, my dearest Emily. Know that my heart is yours, and I will do everything to return to you and our children. Signed, Gareth Dupule, Dupule.
And with that, everybody go ahead and give me perception checks.
Uh, 18.
Alrighty. Misaki and Ark. What you will notice is that along the water, just maybe 25 feet out, you begin to notice large, kind of spiny flaps of what must be giant fish swimming around.
Are they reminiscent of the spiny backs of the fishermen that attacked the boat?
Very much so.
Back from the water. Back from the water.
What do you mean back to the water? You want to face the water, don't you?
No, back from the water. I mean back
Oh, back away from the water.
shore. Further inland.
Does Draho still have the helmet?
He does.
I have the helmet and I have the head, and I'm currently asking if anyone can gentle repose the head so I can investigate this later.
That's going to have to wait.
This
we
seems
have
very
company.
important to me. Seems very important to me that we get this reposed so I can look into it.
It's been there for how long? I don't think general repose is needed.
What will be when we get out of here?
Draho, you want to back up.
Why would I back up? I'm
I
trying to
point.
figure out why my head got here.
It's fine. Leave him.
I was completely oblivious to everything except his own head.
Remember,
I'm assuming we're rolling for initiative.
We are. And Draho at disadvantage.
Yeah, I figure.
Doesn't he have the thing?
Oh yeah, I have the halberd that warns me.
I warned you. 20.
Did the halberd go off? The danger was approaching me.
It
I'll
does.
acknowledge that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, then I would definitely, you guys were talking, I'd ignore you, but if the halberd went off, I would definitely step back with everyone.
Wow.
No idea what I'm running from.
There's
I'm
a lot
just
of
circling up near everyone else.
I'm going to use the bathroom. Well, I've actually kind of high up there, so 20. I beat out Draho finally.
Yeah, I'm kind of distracted by my own mortality.
All right. Looks like I'm just missing Kai.
If you want, that Sahagin champion's about to eat arrow.
Yeah, that's fine.
damn it, I'm out of full dispose.
Kai, initiative.
Ark, where's your sign?
Maybe AFK, so we'll pick back up. Starting top of the round then is the Sahagin champion.
Oh, well, that simplifies things.
Doesn't it?
So, not good for me.
Let's see.
You had to dash to get there, right?
Nope.
Right?
Good try.
He's still
Perfect.
second. Well, third now.
Bite. And claws or spear. All right. So, first attack comes in is the bite, which will whiff with a 19. And then comes in with his trident. Miss with a 15. Miss with a 13. This isn't looking good. Miss with a 21.
Yes! Yes! That point of constitution came in handy.
And does bring it to your turn arc.
I'm going to look at him, kind of smirk, and rage.
Let's see. Let's get that effect on there real quick. Well, Misaki is not raging. Try it again.
No.
Oh no!
Masaki's
The
raging.
Red Hulk has taken effect.
All right, there we go.
Okay. Reckless attack with the maul.
Okay.
That one's cocked. Almost, but it was a 19 on the die. So
that will hit.
I would definitely hope so. Okay. I will pick you as my fire die today. You are fired as the fire die. Okay. So it's been a while since I've had to do this math. So that's 14 bludgeoning damage,
Mm-hmm.
1 fire damage,
Okay.
and I will push him 5 feet into that log. So, like, on a diagonal. There you go. Move up. And then hit him again.
Okay.
17 plus stuff.
Yep, that'll hit.
Oh yeah, you're definitely being replaced. That's the okay. So 12 bludgeoning damage, 1 fire damage, and that is getting swapped out. 'Cause, boy. And I'm gonna stand my ground.
Okay.
Oh, but I look back at Drahu and say, "That's why."
That brings us to Misaki. Note for you coming in Discord real quick.
No, I do appreciate if you zoom in close enough. The head on that effigy does look a little like Drawhoos with the hair. I do appreciate that.
I try.
I answered. Past that, give me a 60-foot diameter circle, please.
Ooh, do you have Turn Sahagin?
No.
That'd be a very specific and weird spell to have.
60-foot
Okay.
radius.
60-foot diameter.
What's the difference between diameter and radius?
All right.
You're fired.
Now, bring that down to encompass as much of the Sahagin and the
I'm sorry.
champion.
Sorry, is this True Lies?
I don't want arc in it.
Oh, I can take it. I'm raging. That works too.
Yeah, that still hits all of them.
Okay.
Except that one, but you know.
So I can either do that or I can do a 100-foot line. Actually, what's a 100-foot line from Sahagin 4 up the coastline?
100-foot line?
Yes.
Well, here's the question:
That's 40 feet.
Are the ones in the water
to-
submerged?
They are.
They'll take half damage. From a fireball.
It's not a fireball.
Oh. Sorry, I just need a large radius, I assume.
It's okay.
That's what I would assume.
Will that take care of the message that you sent me also?
Let's see. If we tag it there. Would do about like that.
Okay. And everything in the water is underneath the surface of the water, correct?
Correct.
So we can probably bring that bottom point. Can you pivot that bottom point up closer to the shoreline so when they come out, they got to come through it?
So about like that.
No. Basically, I'm going to be throwing blade barrier up.
Oh.
Where do you want it?
Well, we're going to put a 100-foot line. I want to take care of what you told me about. If they're underwater, this probably isn't going to hit them because they'll probably sit above the water. So along that coastline,
So about
it's
like
going to
that.
be, it's going to be 5 foot wide. So is that going to catch the champion?
It will if you're having a 5 foot wide back towards it.
That's fine because the Sahagin coming in out of the surf will have to still enter into it.
Yep.
It's okay. On my next turn, I'm not going to do it.
And that will catch the other thing I saw.
It will.
Okay.
There's a thing.
So
I got a
that-
feeling there's a Kraken hiding down there too.
So that is what I am doing.
These guys like Kraken. And we know that they can dominate sharks.
Yeah, you found that one out, didn't you?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay,
If there is
so
are we cracking lacking?
catch that. I will.
I'm gonna ignore that.
As you should.
Okay, so when they enter or on the first time that they start
Or when-
there, then they'll need their dexterity saving throw.
Right,
Okay.
and I have him targeted. But yeah, I dropped the blade barrier,
Okay.
and it appears.
Any bonus action?
Yeah, I'm going to eat the piece of food that gives me temporary hit points.
All right. And any final movement?
No, I think I'm okay. I
Okay.
will. Well, no, Kaizan's next to me, right?
Yep.
I put my hand across his face and point up the coast.
All right. I will let that show you guys that there.
What the?
Battle Sage. Well, new target.
Sneaky little hobbitses.
All right. That'll
I
bring
don't
us to
know what
Kai.
a Battle Sage is, but I'm gonna shoot it.
I'm a imagining spellcaster.
And what do I do to add in those temporary hit points?
Let's see. So that's gonna be 4 temp hit points. There you go.
Thank you.
Alrighty, Kai, what you doing, sir?
Gonna be
Nummy, 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 battlecaster. Kai rotates, takes a step, disappears, moves 30 feet, lands. Moves to here,
Mm-hmm.
Stabble, stabble.
All right, go for it.
Stabble, stabble.
Stabble. Good.
You cannot hide from me.
I mean, it could, but someone saw it. So
Stabble now, stabble later, still stabble.
Waking up, it's carving this guy up.
That thing.
That is a hit.
Yay! It has to accept AC.
And 14 damage to start. With another 18 in radiant. 26 is a hit. Another 12 damage. Another 19 radiant.
we take no chances.
I mean, you saw Caster and you're like, nope.
I'm targeted on him too. I'm not playing around.
It's okay, guys. I got this.
Yep, so I'm like, poof, stabble,
I know.
stabble. Hey guys, look what I found.
Well, obviously you don't want to go home because you're going big.
That's
Just
not
like all of
the
this.
first.
Alrighty, that brings us to Sahagin 10, which is that one.
I am currently reckless.
Can I just say real quick, Kedra, I do not like that you didn't put these numbers in order. That irks my OCD something fierce.
He's
I do what
doing
I can.
Jesus.
So
It's
It-
working.
it flings the spear at you, which lands in the fire right next to you.
Does the fire rise visually?
No, not really. So the spear is iron tipped, at least from what you saw of it flowing past you. So it is getting hardened at the moment. And it will attempt one more time.
It's got two spears.
It does. One in each hand.
Are you rolling with advantage?
I am not.
Yes, because we will have 3/4 cover.
So at that point, it won't matter.
Even better.
Yep. All right.
Also, again, that point of Constitution did its part.
It did. That is 10.
And if they attempt to go through it, it counts as difficult terrain when they go to pass through it.
And another one actually lands in the fire.
Oh, they're giving us firewood.
With that, they are.
They're giving us free spears. That's what we're doing.
Flaming spears.
Well,
That is 3 ones in a row.
I'm like that. I'm like Ian McShane's character in Hercules.
Yep.
Jeez.
And 2 more spears coming from Sahagin 4. All still misses. And Draho, you're up.
Wow.
One could
That
say
was-
One could say I'm drawing fire from them.
Wow. I dislike that so much.
Well, take it out on the sage guy.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Well, it
Let's
is
see.
coming from Arc, so you do need to bear with it.
So ignoring all of that, is that guy hidden in any way, or like does he have any kind of? Well, what am I worried about coverage? Doesn't matter if he has coverage. I'm a sharpshooter.
That's
Never
correct.
mind.
Can you see him?
You can.
Yeah, I was gonna ask at first, and then I remembered sharpshooter specifically says coverage is no longer an issue for him.
Well, 3/4 cover. Yes.
Well, he's not fully covered if he's getting stabbed.
Exactly. You saw him, so kill him. He's already orange.
Okay. Let us do the. Oop, that's the wrong dice to roll. Let us do the attack. Womp. Oh, that's the first one missed.
It is throwing out those ones today. That is a lot of ones this game.
12th level fighter, I get 3 attacks, correct?
You sure do.
Yes.
Okay.
Light him up.
Second attack.
That was so almost a 20.
That's not
Yeah.
lighting people up.
Third attack. Still missed.
Miss.
Okay. Rebound attack. And what's hilarious is the rebound pretty much covers the whole map, so take it, Sahagin Champion. Get one of my reflective arrows.
No, fine.
Or don't. I don't care.
Even with your tracking homing missile, it just kind of thunks into the wooden log next to it.
Okay, and then I'm going to step behind my effigy and hide. Like, not hide, but use it as cover to avoid getting hit by spears.
Alrighty. That'll bring us to Nivara.
All right. Well, I'm going to show Draho how it's done. and I'm going to start up the chain gun.
Elder Scantling gun?
Yep. You know.
Draho's just panic firing. He was not prepared for this stuff. He was distracted.
Now, the wall does provide 3/4 cover to those behind it.
Spell Sniper does not.
Okay. And you good?
So that's 2 hits.
Yep. Let the damage rain.
Oh,
9
it's
and a
targeted
10.
on me too for some reason.
It is.
Stop hitting yourself.
It is now no longer.
What-
And you're
what-
good.
With a 9 to hit.
And did we fix the HP on that?
Yep.
Okay. I should still have 16 temps. I'm assuming it 8 that. Okay. And now third attack.
That was most definitely a hit with the 25. And 14 more damage.
All right, and run it back.
Miss with a 17.
Good to know.
Hit with a 25. 8 more damage. And last one. Miss with a 16.
Okay, so it's at least 18.
All right. Any movement?
I will. Is this a rock up right above me?
It
Or
is
is it a tree?
There's
So
a bushes and
directly above you
trees.
is a bush, and then the larger one, that's a tree.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go hide behind the tree.
Okay.
And as I'm running away, I'll tell Draho, if you're going to shoot at something, hit it.
All right. Brings us to Sahagin 5.
No, I'd hit more if I wasn't sharpshooting all the time.
You know, for somebody who's sharpshooting, you think you'd hit every now and again.
I know, it's a
You
very
know, that's
weirdly
what
named,
sharpshooters
with the first
do.
attack.
yeah, it's a very weirdly named feat.
And Miss Kaisen with the second attack. Brings us to the Battle Mage's turn.
Yeah.
Bum, bum.
Yeah.
And he's almost dead, so
Bring it.
You just want me to drop the save on it since I'm selected.
Yep, go for it. That is a failure. Roll your damage. He
did
gets
he
no
die
turn.
before he?
He gets
Oh
no
god,
turn.
yes. He did.
He is dead.
Nice.
Wow.
He kind of steps forward, gets incinerated by the blades, and just a pink mist.
Roll for demoralization.
That was fun.
That was amazing.
Nice.
All right, Sahagin 7, and then Sahagin 3.
Bring it on.
Miss. And a miss.
Who are they targeting? Just
At that point, it was Kaizen. Right now, it's you.
cool.
Another natural 1. And a miss with an 18.
Feel like the Fantasy Grounds update broke everything.
Yeah, it does feel like that, doesn't it?
I feel like they broke the dice.
Miss with 14.
I mean, they would have hit me if I.
Miss with 10.
They would have hit me a couple of times if my AC was not 22,
That
I just
is
meant all the
also accurate.
ones.
while wearing nothing as armor.
Miss with 15. Miss with a 19. And I think this is the last Hagen. 6.
So the beach is just littered with spears now.
It is. Very much so. Very much so.
This is going to be like dodgeball, where we have all the balls now. And just
Top of the round. It is the champion.
grudge
So
match.
he will go in with his bite.
No, he's gonna make a save first,
That he does. Go for it. He is successful.
so he takes half.
Yep. Roll your damage.
There you
Should
go.
auto-populate. Yep. Perfect. So 15 damage.
Yay. Oh.
Missed with the 6.
So light
16. And Trident time.
Again, that would have hit if not. Yeah.
I also keep forgetting that I have advantage, so
There he goes.
yep, 29
Better.
does that much in piercing,
Hey, they properly did that. Yay.
and that much in poison.
Poison. Interesting.
Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
That'll be a 30
Okay, you are not
because I'm a
poisoned.
Was that?
You are not poisoned.
I would certainly hope so.
Coming in with the last attack with a 27, and another con saving throw.
22.
Okay. Again, not poisoned.
Okay.
Alrighty. Brings us to Ark.
Okay. So after he hits me with those, I'm gonna be like, took you long enough. Ooh, double 18s. So I'm assuming that hits.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, much better now. Okay. So 12 bludgeoning damage, 5 fire damage, and I knock him into the blade barrier.
He's already in the blade barrier.
Oh, well then he can stay where he is.
Okay.
You just keep him from getting out.
I'm the bludgeoning barrier. Okay. Second attack. That'll be a 21 to hit.
Will hit.
Okay.
Wait, 21 total?
Yeah.
As your maul comes in, he turns it aside with his trident.
What?
He parried. I almost took that feat.
In response, I'm going to get more feral-like and shift.
Okay.
So that'll...
And any movement.
Nah. I'm going to hold the line, which is currently a point.
All right, Masaki.
Do. Yay.
Sacred Flame.
Yep.
It's cantrip.
And
Yep.
yep.
Nice.
And I'm keeping the
16
other
damage. Okay.
And yeah, keeping an eye out for everything else and maintaining the blade barrier.
Okay. You were targeted. Why did that?
I'm just. One more thing before I.
That's weird.
What's that?
It's like it healed him. I mean, I'm kosher with that, but that's the actual damage.
That's better.
All right. Kai,
Yes.
you're up, sir.
So these guys are now out of the water, right?
They are.
Okay.
Basically, their upper half is.
But they're not fully submerged, which means they are open
Mm-hmm.
to influence.
All right. So this will be fun. You can cast. Can you cast 2 cantrips in a round?
Not generally.
If one's a bonus action and one's a regular action?
Technically,
No. So
No, one of them has to be a spell.
be a leveled spell.
Oh, well, that's no fun.
I know, right?
that's stupid.
Just like you should be able to do 2 leveled spells if one's an action and one's a bonus action.
Well, no, because those are leveled spells. Cantrips are cantrips. There's very distinct difference.
As a wild magic
Which is
sorcerer,
true.
you can actually do that if you get lucky.
Well, as
Just
a
saying.
sorcerer, you can do that.
Yeah.
Wild magic specifically.
No,
Yeah,
as any
well-
sorcerer, you can.
I mean, wild magic, you can roll where it's like, oh, automatically cast another spell. Great.
Going for the little Soggen. Okay.
So that line hits 5 feet on either side of it, right?
5 feet on your side of it. Because it's only 5
Nice.
foot wide. And it's trying to hit the champion.
So I can't actually get it to where I can stab the Swaggin
Correct.
without standing in the blade barrier.
Correct.
That means I have to cast Firebolt.
Okay.
I have to roll to hit with that, don't I?
You do.
Oh, so we can't pass the blade barrier either?
I mean, we can.
It is a barrier of blades.
I know normally magic lets you... Spells like this are like, oh, you can ignore to hurt certain people.
That's not what I
the s-
wanted to do.
That's the whole reason why the evocation wizard is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, there goes my plan.
24 is a hit.
I mean, I have enough hit points.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm over level 11.
Mm-hmm. You get
So that's
3 dice.
4. Because it's a fire spell, and I have the dragon halberd.
Ah, yes, you do. Mm-hmm.
So
I forget the amount of toys I give you guys. It's wondrous.
That's why you have us to remember them for you.
That's right.
that was not how that was supposed to work.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Question is though, does it kill it?
Even with a little Sahagin, they have more than 4 hit points.
4 hit points.
Wow.
That was impressively uncool.
Hey, Kitty, chat
I
on
mean-
the stream.
You got a forced reroll, sir.
What are the odds? there
That's
you
legit.
go.
And
Decidedly
22 is just enough, and you're not targeted for some reason appropriately. So which one is that one? That's 7?
7. How am I not? I chose me targeted.
Yeah, but it didn't do any damage.
Oh, that's
But
because I
targets
had
us
to
when
pick
you
up the
don't
dice
target it.
manually
Ah,
because it doesn't show the extra die in my spell casting thing.
Oh, you can pick up the dice from the
And then right
damage
click.
thing. Yep, and right click.
right click for each extra die, once for each extra dice you want to drop into the drop.
So I could do it like that.
Yep.
Check it out, I'm magic.
Any movement?
I mean, I'm gonna go there.
Do they have a lot of spears?
Not
They,
anymore.
they look like they have a small, like, backpacky, quivery kind of thing of them.
I'm gonna laugh if they've got like a never-ending
So
quiver. or
I've
something,
actioned.
yes.
I've moved.
Mm-hmm. You do have a bonus action.
I do have a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
How bonusy do I want my action?
As bonusy as possible.
So I will cast in preparation for my next round of combat, Searing Smite.
Okay.
So the champion all gone.
Not as of yet. But you do see the Sahagin begin to submerge and move out.
Learn their lesson.
Well, they were like, haha, they can't get at us. And then I was like, boom, poof.
Damaging walls. Can do
Fry.
that.
Yeah, I was going to say that plus fish fry.
Drow, you are up.
Eliminating their sage before you can even act is kind of like, oh crap.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that they
Okay, well, if they're all retreating, I'm not gonna try and shoot Sahagin in the water.
oh come on.
I had a whole strategy of something I was gonna do, but between the blade wall and the fact they're retreating, kind of makes it pointless now.
It's more of a challenge, Drow.
But well, no, I was gonna try and move up to this top corner and use a piercing shot through the whole row of them.
Ah.
Because I have it and I never get to use it, so I'm like, hey, they're all lined up in a perfect row. But that didn't happen, so let me just shoot the champion so they all run.
Alrighty.
Sharpshooter that stuff, because why bother with accuracy?
That is a
There
hit with
you
a
go.
22.
Wow. And let's see, the thing lets me add an extra die, re-roll a damage die if I choose.
Yes.
Add an extra one if I crit. Okay.
I know, new feat. It's weird.
19 damage.
So,
And
3, do I want to re-roll that?
You
No,
did
I don't matter if
4
I do.
attacks.
I killed him.
Pretty sure you killed them.
Yep. Would
Yeah,
you
I
like
killed
to
him.
describe what your arrow does?
Yeah, I basically point my bow through the bundle of sticks in front of me, because like I said, I'm using it as cover. I draw back, I take good aim, and I really want, because I've got the power draw where I've got it drawn back that little bit of extra to give it the oomph.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to hit him square in the forehead. Boom, like flip back a good foot.
He does.
Just drop.
And as that happens, he goes through that blade barrier, which basically eviscerates him.
Dang.
Turns them into chum.
Your arrow, on the other hand,
Yes.
drops to the ground, entirely untouched.
Well, is that what a blade berry only affects living things? I'm just curious.
Could be.
Would I be able to Arcana to know if I know this? Because that seems weird that it didn't get hacked up.
It is a religious caster spell, so I'm going to go with religion.
Okay, I'm not as good at that. But I'm still apparently good.
And yet,
It does only affect creatures, per what the spell's reading says.
Okay, so I've read it somewhere in a book.
Yep.
So, okay, yeah, well, okay, I'll recollect my arrow. That's a rare one. Don't have to struggle to get my arrow out of something's face.
Any bonus movement, extra attacks?
You know what? I got 3 more attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
And
make
they
some
are there.
Sahagin regret their decision. Yeah, 2 extra attacks, sorry.
That was a hit.
Let's re-roll that damage.
All right.
There you go.
That's a 1. I can't do worse than 1. There we go.
What?
Oh, because
I wanted to re-roll the
it didn't add the 10. That's why.
Ah, that makes sense. Okay. So that kills off Sahagin 5.
Sweet. Now let's aim for this guy for my last one.
That is a hit.
Yes.
You hit on a 3.
20
I will
damage.
accept that damage.
It thunks heavily into his chest. You'd wager fairly close to its heart. And it's struggling to kind of stay afloat.
Did I miss with any of the... No, I didn't miss with any of my 3 arrows, so I can't arc something.
Yep.
I don't really have any bonus action. I don't want to add a spell to it because that seems kind of stupid.
Question.
So...
Who put up the blade barrier? Is that Masaki?
Mm-hmm.
Say that again.
Who put up the blade barrier? Masaki?
I did. Yep.
Okay.
You know what? We'll just let him hit that, and then I'll consider that my turn over. I'm not going to waste actions or anything on this.
All right. Brings us to...
So then I'm
Lara.
just going to stand up and say, I'd run if I were you.
I don't think he understood you.
Well, what languages would a Sahagin speak?
Sahagin.
Sahagin.
Maybe Aquan.
Does it look somewhat like a lizard?
More
I
like a
can't remember
fish.
what Sahagin looked like.
Big fishy thing.
More like a fish. Okay.
Fish
That
with,
is a
with
hit.
human legs.
Because Drogoth's just race enough to scream draconic at him.
Actually, it's your limit.
That one is down.
I still have my temp HP, so I'm good there. Actually, technically get one more temp HP because I leveled up since the last time I got temp HP.
All set. That is a hit.
Fishing them off.
6 damage.
It's like shooting fish in a barrel.
That is a hit.
Shooting fish in
12
a
more damage.
heavy, large body of water. Which is far more
That is a hit.
impressive.
And that Sahagin is down.
Hog it down.
How many was
That
that?
was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Uno
That's the
mas.
last one.
Still a hit. For another 10. Alrighty, any movement?
No, I'm good.
Okay. With that, it does bring it to the
Slash
Sahagin's
dance.
turns. So
Slash
they will
dance.
Scoot. With the Sahagin dead, moonlight seems to peek through the shadowy clouds and drizzle, along with the mists, which seem to have receded a fair bit, revealing a small island not far off in the waters of the lake before you. A small building sits atop thick, round stilts. A set of stairs winds its way up from the ground to the home above. And closest to the shoreline, and the one that you stand on, is a smoldering cooking pit.
Nope.
I'm going to leave the barrier up for the duration of the spell,
Okay.
and I'm going to sit down because I would like some sleep.
Nope.
Nope. We want to go in and do
Kaizen
that.
does not jack. Nope. Kaizen is noping out of houses on stilts.
I want to take
100% nopes out on all houses on stilts.
Whether they're stilts or chicken legs, he's noping.
Yep. Kaizen is officially noped out. He looked at that. He put his finger up in the air and said, "Nope."
The problem is that might be how we have to move forward.
He turns and he looks at you, extends the finger. Nope.
I mean, you're welcome to stay in the Feywild if you really want to.
On this episode of Buying the Beach,
I want to take that helmet with the goddess that hates me and apparently was being worn by me. So assumably it was either because I earned her favor and failed, or she somehow tricked me into wearing it and it killed me. And I'm going to ask Ivara to identify it, because Kibble is not here.
All right, are we taking a break while we convince Kai to go to the house on stilts?
Wait long enough, it'll come here.
All right, I'll go ahead and identify the helmet for Drow.
special seashell helmet.
It's surprisingly not magical.
And the blade berry goes away after 10 minutes.
Mhm.
So at that point, as we're still milling about, was there anything unique on the champion or the
The same.
sage?
Predominantly just their kind of shell-encrusted armor. None of which, though, is magical.
Or in one piece.
How many total spears?
Of what was dropped and or thrown, you'd end up being able to pull 30 spears from all those quiver packs. Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, I have all these throwing weapons, and eventually I'm going to throw them.
So this helmet, what color are the shells?
Most of them are Drow blue. The ones
You
on
had
the,
to, didn't you?
The ones on the face are a kind of darker ocean blue.
And now we know how she tricked me into wearing it. This is just the right color.
That color is you.
Well, I mean, it's made in an elven style. It's my colors, and it's a unique item that I don't think anyone else has a shell made in an elven style in my colors. So, is my question, aside from her symbol, is my insignia on it anywhere?
It is not.
Okay, that'd be real concerning. I'll have to get that added back in town. So, since it's not magical, I will put it on because it is very fancy.
Okay.
Oh.
See, I was going to put it on before combat started, but Drow was smart enough to know if it's magical, it's probably a trap for me.
In your
But
mind,
now that it's not magical, it's not a trap.
you hear, "Follow my will. Do what I need. I will free you."
And out loud, I'm going to say, free who?
And the voice just kind of fades off in your mind.
Of course,
You guys say something about-
Drow hears all these voices in his head.
Are you having a stroke, Drow?
No, one of you just asked me to do something for you and you'll free me. What are you talking about?
None of us
Literally-
said anything.
No. Us
The only one that said anything
Like,
was
can I
you.
take the helmet off?
Unfortunately, you cannot.
I can't take the helmet off.
Nope, you cannot.
I'm gonna get really angry at Nivara. You said this wasn't magical. Why is it stuck on my
Not.
head and whispering to me?
I assume it's stuck on your head because you're an idiot. But I assure you, it is not magic.
Okay, I'm gonna start in my mind asking the helmet, what do you mean free me? What do I have to do? What do you want?
You get no
Drow,
reply.
who are you talking to?
I'm not saying that out loud. That's all internal dialogue.
Okay.
Or monologue, technically, because there's no one to talk to. So internal monologue.
But you think it's
I'm just going to keep angrily thinking things till I get an answer.
Are you making faces?
So you guys will just see me basically leaning up against... Yeah, I was going to say I'm just leaning up against that effigy, and I'm just contorting my face, and you sort of see me moving my lips a little silently as I sort of seem to be yelling silently in my head.
Drow, are you constipated?
Huh? No, I'm trying to get a hold of, what was her name?
Umberly?
Out of character. What was the goddess's name?
Umberly?
Umberly. No, I'm trying to get a hold of Umberly. She wants me to do something, and she'll free me from this helmet.
Derek, is there anything underneath where I moved my Masaki to on the map?
Nope, that is just underbrush.
Okay.
Also, Drow, I will remind you, I warned you about not picking up strange things in the Feywild.
Didn't we have a whole thing where we beat up a gnome because he touched something?
Listen, it wasn't magical, and it was in my color, in my style.
Take it off then.
Why wouldn't I want?
Take it off.
I can't. Part of the whole helmet, apparently, in order to get it off, I need to finish something.
No, you have to push your fingers together and then do...
And apparently whatever I have to finish last time took me several hundred years, and I failed.
That doesn't surprise me.
No, not about.
I hate that you made it Drow blue in Elven Craft, because there's no way Drow wouldn't put it on. Especially if he thought it was not magical.
She is technically an elven goddess that reports to Sylvanas, and she's an ocean goddess. How does that not marry up?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that the last time we saw where an image of that reflected.
She's also greedy.
Was Strahd when we played Strahd.
Yep.
It's true. Well, I'm still gonna keep the head if somebody can gentle repose this for me later.
No, this is it. You are an avatar of this goddess.
I'll just add it to the list.
She's greedy. She's obnoxious. It's you.
It's fitting.
You.
To be fair, you just made a few sacrifices to her, so something.
I wasn't wearing the helmet though, so, and I'm pretty sure the Sahagin wouldn't be something she'd want me to kill because they're.
So doesn't she like them?
Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm going to take a step away from the shore.
Well, you say the helmet's not magical. Can we re-identify it? Has it become magical since I put it on my head?
Well, remember, too, like, there's certain things that are beyond our skill to identify.
To make Drow happy, I will cast Detect Magic.
With Detect Magic, nothing comes up.
There's absolutely no magic in your helmet, Drow.
We're just going to do more and more paranoid. It's amazing.
It's got to do something. I'm going to go dip my head under the water and take a deep breath.
He's going to take a deep breath underwater. Fantastic. Yep. Let's watch.
Because I want to see if I can breathe underwater now.
I'm gonna just pass my rations to Kaizen. Sort of a.
That goes about as well as you would expect it to. You cannot breathe underwater.
I had a couple more logs to the fire, and I sat and watched.
So without saying a word to anybody, I just march right over to the water, dig my head under, and after a second you hear, I pull up, coughing and hacking, and a little bit of water spits out, and I sort of throw up water. And after a moment I go, I can't breathe underwater. Maybe I can swim better. And I start swimming in the shallow part. Do I swim faster?
He's doggy paddling.
You feel like you do.
Placebo effect.
So I'm going to get out of the water. Okay, so I can't breathe underwater, but I can swim a little faster. And actually, I'm going to get under the water, put my head under the water, and see how long I can hold my breath too. Okay. Maybe I can't breathe underwater, but I can hold my breath underwater longer. It's a helmet from a sea goddess. She chose me for something. It has to give me sea powers.
It's a helmet from a sea goddess that doesn't like people.
And if nothing else, it at least entertains everyone else.
No, this is the. I don't think this is from Umberly. I think this is from Deep Seychelles, the elven god of the sea, who is a big fan of subaquatic elves and really isn't a fan of Swagat at all. Something.
Well, I
racial
identified
enmity.
unless somebody with religious. If somebody with religious knowledge wants to check the emblem, I'm pretty sure I identified it.
Now, what does it look like?
A wave that's curling left and curling right. One on each cheek.
Okay.
I mean, we did. I'm
Well,
assuming
no,
it
I mean,
looked
that
like
is
the
Umberly,
symbols we
but
saw.
why Umberly over the other? That doesn't make
Because
sense.
I've personally slighted Umberly in her own temple.
Yeah, oh, you did. You
She-
did.
I mean,
But that doesn't not meet under. That doesn't explain why she's pooping on us.
Well,
Guilt
she's
by
not. She,
association.
I was gonna say, yeah, guilt by association.
I
Probably.
suppose.
also, she specifically built the helmet knowing I'd be stupid enough to put it on. And even putting my old, messed up head in it, she knew I was not going to be smart enough to not put it on.
only you would have been vain enough to take it off of your own head and put it onto your own head.
But
I
I
mean-
mean, also weird because those two don't get along either.
Okay, so how long can I hold my breath underwater, technically?
It is so many minutes plus a minute per constitution.
Which is negated by trying to take deep breaths underwater.
No, I'm not. I'm just
Accurate.
holding my breath. So, however long I could normally do it, I assume I hold it for that long. Oh, wait, here's the better question. Has Drow ever wondered how long he could hold his breath underwater?
So it is a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your constitution modifier.
So 1 plus 14 modifier or...
Modifier.
Modifier.
Okay, never mind, then 2, so it's 3 minutes. Heh, I'm like David Blaine.
So he gets out to the darker blue part of the water.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out. I'm not gonna go, like, submerge myself. There's Sahagin. I'm going to put my head underwater, hold my breath for the 3 minutes that I can, then I'm gonna pop up. Who counted?
So as you have your head under there, do you look around at all?
Yeah, of course I will. I've got my head under the water. I might as well.
Looking around, it doesn't look like the water, no matter how far out you can see, is much more than a foot or two.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pop back up. Who counted? How long was I under?
Is that what you were doing?
Not
Yeah,
long enough.
That was the whole test. You tell me how long I was under.
You've been short of oxygen for months.
Try again.
Okay, so I do it again. Another 3
So anyway, like I
minutes.
was saying, the poison tips on the trident there.
So who wants popcorn?
I pop up after 3 minutes. So how long was that?
Just as long as the first time.
Okay, so it's consistent. How long was that? Never mind, I'll count it this time.
Okay.
I do it one more time. Assumably, I count out 3 minutes, pop up, come back, dry my face. Okay, so it's roughly 3 minutes. I'm pretty sure I used to only be able to hold my breath for like a minute, so
How
definitely lets me breathe long, stay underwater longer.
How pruny is he? No? Okay.
So I swim a little faster and I can hold my breath for longer. The helmet's not completely useless.
So, about this point, you hear a voice that's ringing out. What you're hearing
Probably
is
the person at the house watching me do all this and is like, are they stupid? Do I have to invite them?
no, what you're hearing is the sobbing of an old woman coming from the house.
We read the note. Don't mess with that.
And from the sobbing, you all begin to see visions of your family, your friends, well-liked acquaintances. Someone currently alive that you know and either respect or have a bond with in some fashion.
So not Draho.
Each of these people seem to be in peril. And that's where we'll pause for tonight.
Oh, I know what this is.
I know they're in peril. They're all
So
here with me.
join us in a month. No.
I know exactly what this is because I think we encountered it when we did the official module that takes you through the Underdark.
Well, we'll come back to that next week.
I remember we encountered something that did
Will it
this.
be next week?
It will, because I'm home now, from now on. Thank goodness.
That's not the only thing that stops us from playing.
Yeah, but generally the bigger thing.
That is true.
But, night everybody. Thanks for coming. Thanks for playing.
Yep. Night.
Oh, man.